Hello Pisces, welcome to your February 2015 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. Just want to remind you, as always, to check out the video for your rising sign as well. That can clarify some things in this very general sun sign reading. Of course, the only way to get a reading only for you is to schedule one with me. I do those on Skype. It's $65 for a 30-minute session. Drop me a line at the email address below this video or floating around in this video somewhere if you want to set up an appointment. Please be patient. It can take me a few days to get back to you. It just depends on how many people are in front of you, but I will get back to you. Also wanted to mention, like I mentioned in my yearly overview, I will be offering a class on the runes and using them for divination, and it will be February 23rd through April 3rd. That's $185 for the 6-week course. It's all online. And it's very possible by the time I upload this video that all spots will be filled. I am limiting that to 26 people just because that's really all I can handle right now with my other responsibilities. But, you know, so it's possible that those spots may be filled. It's really just first come, first serve. However, if you want to get on the list for the next class, if all goes well with this, I will be offering classes throughout the year, and I can get you signed up for the next one. You know, you can kind of get a head start on the next one, which will probably be in the summer, but I'll keep you guys informed in my monthly videos. So yeah, drop me a line. There may still be a spot available. I don't know. I'm recording these before I kind of got anyone signed up or else the specific details on this. So, but let's jump in to February 2015 for Pisces and see what's shaking. And I have pre-shuffled the tarot cards because in the essence of saving time, as always, because I cast the runes. I have to turn them all over. Okay. So, Pisces, February of 2015. Your focus is on creation. Your focus is, you're turning away from guilt. You're turning away from things that no longer serve you, people that no longer serve you, relationships that no longer serve you. Not that you are completely cutting those people off, but you are disconnecting from that. And it's because you have a lot going on in your own life, so you just don't have time for people's drama. And this is as it should be, Pisces. You know, definitely, this is whatever starts in February, whether this is a new job, a new relationship, or a business idea or creative project that you're working on, even you don't know where this is going. So even the end result of this is hidden from you. But it feels good and it feels right, and that's how you know that it's good. For those of you who, if there's been a lingering situation that has just been difficult and heavy for you to deal with, then, you know, it may not be completely over in February, but it is for you, because you're not going to let it affect you. You're going to do your best to not let it affect you, because this is coming up as your focus. And the reason you're not going to let it affect you is because you have so much to do this year. You have so many goals for yourself and so many things that you want to do. Now, some of you may be branching out as far as intuitive skills. So you may be learning how to do something like this. Maybe you are taking the rune class I was talking about earlier, or you're learning tarot, or you're taking a class on astrology, or you are meditating more, or, you know, you are wanting to grow with that. Maybe you're starting a business to do with occult skills or with you know, your gifts in that, Pisces, because you are the most gifted really of the zodiac when it comes to intuition and when it comes to using clairvoyance, clairaudience, mediumship, all of those things. So you may be wanting to advance in that this year. Some of you, this may be a creative project. Again, going back to this, because we have the rune of birth. And, you know, this means that it can mean actual birth. It can be having a child. If that is your goal, then it will be your focus in February. So you may not be leaving the house too much. Unless you're one of those wild children who, like, you know, who like to play it risky. I mean, you know, maybe doing things out of the house, but yeah, you know, I feel like you're focused, if you've been trying to have a child, maybe on conceiving in February. That's certainly the month of love, so it's a prime time to do that. But for a lot of you, this is a creative project, or this is a business that you're a startup company. This is something you're working very hard on, an idea that you're working to get off the ground, and you just don't have time to focus on negativity. And good for you, because it doesn't serve you anyway. Help that's going to be available to you has to do with, I feel like there's a lot of gossip going on around you. So this, and it seems to be connected to whatever the situation is. Whoever this person or situation is you're trying to distance yourself from, you may be getting filtered information that actually, it doesn't make you happy, but it confirms what you thought was going to happen. It confirms your intuitive feeling about what was going to happen with this situation. And Pisces, for many of you, this was going on all through 2014. So you're going to know exactly what this is. Whatever this lingering situation, this is a carryover from last year. But for most of you, I don't feel like it involves you directly. It's just, you know, again, like Aquarius, you know, and if you have any planets in Aquarius, but also Pisces, you may want to watch the Aquarius video, because it was a very similar setup here. Yet you may be being dragged along for the ride in someone else's life lesson, and you are getting a lesson from it. We don't go through anything without deriving something from it, but it really, the main lesson is for someone else. And you're a part of that, but the lesson is not for you. You're just kind of having to suffer along with it, but you're not suffering in the same way that the person going through the lesson will be, because this is a tough one, whatever this is. And it will be, again, because there are so many of you, it's different for all of you. But for a lot of you, this may have to do with health. It may have to do with the health of a family member. It may have to do with somebody who's abusing their health, someone who is not using their money wisely. Because with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it's health and well-being, but also financial well-being. In the reverse, that means someone is losing that, or they don't have a handle on that, or they're not taking proper care of it. They don't have the skills or abilities to take care of their financial or physical well-being. They don't have the money to support their family. This is, you know, so this is serious stuff going on, but this is coming up in the health position. So whatever negativity has been thrown your way, whatever gossip comes back to you, it's going to be confirming something that you already knew. It's going to be confirming that someone was stubborn, didn't want to take any advice, didn't heed warnings, and rushed into something they were not in no way prepared for. Now, Pisces, this can be you, but it's coming up in the help position. However, this could be a help in that you would get off of this wrong road if you're on it. For the most part, though, most people who are on that road are not going to be watching these videos. They're not interested in what anyone else has to say, and certainly not what Spirit has to offer them. So, but for the most part, I feel like, you know, this is someone in your midst, and you're just getting a confirmation that something you said or advice you gave was correct. So, and even if someone denies this, Pisces, you intuitively know that, okay, you're not telling the truth. You're not being honest with me. I don't have time for lies and liars. So we're going to, you know, until you come to your senses, you know, don't bother contacting me. And that's what's coming up also, is that intuitively, you know, while a complete resolution to this problem is not at hand in February for all of you, it may be for some of you, but for all of you, you're going to get the distinct feeling that while a reunion or a coming together or something may not be possible in February, it's headed in that direction. It is going to happen. Because there's something that you are very sure of, and something you've been sure of all along, Pisces, intuitively, regarding this situation. Because we're dealing with the Three of Cups in reverse, we are talking probably more about relationships, family relationships, reunions, people coming together and resolving difficulty. While that may not have happened or will not happen in February, you're going to get a clear and very strong indicator that it's on the way. Now, for some of you, if there's someone that you have maybe not spoken to in a really long time, You may hear from them in February. We do have Mercury retrograde until February 11th. That can bring people from the past back around. With this card in the reverse, this may be someone you don't really want to see again. It may be, you know, and I've encountered that a lot with Mercury retrograde myself. It's like, oh, it's bringing back people like I never wanted to see again. And very simply, even, you know, even if it does, chances are it's just another chance around the wheel. It's like, are you sure you don't want this person around? And in most cases, Pisces, you were probably right. Again, your intuition was probably right on within the first 5 minutes that you met this person, or, you know, maybe you learned that lesson. You're not going to repeat it. So, yeah, there can be something coming up around somebody trying to kind of reconnect with you that you were like, I never wanted to be connected with you in the first place. But you may have felt this was coming. And if it doesn't happen in February, you may feel that it's coming. You just may feel that energy for 2015. It's like, oh, that person I never want to hear from again is probably going to get in contact with me. You may dream about it. You may dream about this person. And, you know, so this could be an old lover, an old friend, you know, a family member that you know, had falling out with, that you don't really see eye to eye, and really you're not interested in seeing eye to eye with, but they may come back around for resolution in February. And if not, probably in this year at some point. But what can't be changed about February is that, you know, there may be some delay around getting something off the ground, but it's okay because it's going to work out in the end. I feel like you're trying very, very hard to get something going. So this could be a business idea, to find a new job. This could involve travel or moving, because this can mean travel over land, but it can also mean just a shift or a change. And so any delays around that are actually going to work out to your benefit. There may be something that you thought was really going to take off, and then it's not as financially viable as you had thought it was going to be. Or it may delay you, it may delay something that you kind of had your heart set on starting financially in February. Also, what can't be changed is you should definitely be conserving your money in February. And I think you will be. I think it's unavoidable for a lot of you. Some of you may feel like you're pinching pennies, or that you're never going to get caught up, and this could just be like kind of leftover from the holidays. Maybe you felt you were very extravagant over the holidays, or you spent more money than you were planning to, and now you're still playing catch up. And, you know, in January, you can find that a lot of your utilities, your bills and things go up for no apparent reason. There's never any reason. It's just January, and we're going to start adding $5 more to your bill. So you may find that it's like, wow, everything's going up but my pay. And you just may be frustrated a little bit by that, Pisces. This is a temporary energy. It's not going to last. I think you're looking for a way to improve upon this in February. And if it doesn't happen in February, you're at least going to know the direction that you're going to bring in more money, so that, you know, less is going out than is coming in. You're going to get a handle on this. But February seems to be a transition month for figuring that out, Pisces. Like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make extra money? Do I want to get a new full-time job, or do I want to do this part-time gig? How do I want to bring that in? And I think you're going to be focusing on that. Also focus on your budget. That's like the number one thing that Pisces, you know, does not want to do usually. Not for all of you. I have met some Pisces who are very, very good with numbers, who are very, very good with money and budgeting and managing things. Just make sure you're not, if you have people that are dependent on you, or if you have a partner and you manage the money, just make sure that you're not being stingy with the money. If they're like, if you both have jobs and they're contributing, I mean, they have a right to spend money as well, and you may be a little bit, you know, that may cause some arguments if you are being a little too thrifty or penny pinching with someone else who also contributes to the family income. I mean, you know, they have to be able to, you know, choose how they want to spend their earnings. You know, if it's not all your money, you don't get all of the say, Pisces. So just be careful with that, or you could start some arguments. But I would say for February, putting off any large expenditures is a good idea, because I feel like most of you are trying to balance your budget, or, you know, trying to recover from the holidays. There could be something that comes along that needs to be fixed. Some of you, it may involve your car, and I hate to deliver bad news, but there may be something coming up around a car. Maybe it's just maintenance, and you know, you can't put it off, but it's at the same time, it's expensive, you know, maybe you need new tires or something like that. And safety first, Pisces. You will be able to recoup whatever this expenditure is, I feel like, but there's something that you have to spend on that it hurts, maybe for a lot of you in February, having to do with travel or a shift or a change that you're wanting to make. But I think by the end of the month, you know, a lot of you will feel like you've got a handle on this. You'll be feeling a lot more positive about things. Again, and this came up in your overview, it's going to involve doing things in a very untraditional way. And for a lot of you, this will be career-wise, or maybe you start a very unconventional relationship. Maybe you decide, well, let's try an open relationship. Or, you know, let's stay together, but let's see other people. Or, you know, maybe you're just part of a couple and you're both very kind of eccentric. It doesn't mean that you know, necessarily allow other people into your relationship, but maybe you're just, you are, you know, you guys work together, but it's in a very untraditional, it's a very untraditional couplehood is what they're showing me. Now, for those of you who are single, it could be that you meet someone who's very kind of a rebel. And, you know, they kind of bring just a lightness and a positivity into your life. So, you know, or maybe you just take a joy in, because it is the month of Valentine's Day. So maybe you just go out with your unconventional lover and you're just like, wow, you know, you are the one bright spot in this month of me trying to balance the budget and trying to catch up on bills. And, you know, I'm so glad that I have you to kind of laugh at it, because this is a person who would not be concerned about money whatsoever. They just kind of... And I mean, Pisces, I do hope that you're more the other way, because two people like that, I mean, you know, that may not be the best pairing as far as that one of you, you know, will have to take responsibility or concern over the bills and money. But yeah, I mean, you may just be like, wow, this has been kind of a humdrum month, but you know, I'm so glad that I have you, and I'm so glad that we are, you know, you make me laugh, and I laugh at your antics. For those of you who are single, yeah, definitely get out and about in February. If there's a singles event in your town on Valentine's Day, go. I mean, you may meet somebody who is unlike anyone you've ever dated before. And don't discount somebody, Pisces. Those of you who maybe started seeing someone last year or in January, don't discount someone because they're different from people that you've ever dated before, or they're not your type, or whatever. And Pisces, you're really one of the signs that's most unlikely to do this. You tend to be very open-minded generally, and you know, you're drawn to who you're drawn to because you go by basing it on feeling rather than logic or intellectually. But you know, you could meet someone in February, or be dating someone who is very different or not your type per se, but they make you laugh and they make you see things in a very positive way. And this is somebody who's very impressed by your abilities and your skills, Pisces. Maybe it's your skills and abilities that draws them to you in the first place. So, I mean, maybe this is somebody that you meet on the job, or, you know, through trying to launch a creative project or launch your own business. And this is somebody who is, you know, drawn to you because of that. Maybe they're going to help you or wanting to help you with that, and that's how you kind of meet and get to know each other. But yeah, I definitely think February is a month to have fun with love and with dating and relationships, Pisces. So definitely kind of tap into that energy a little bit. Try not to spend it all on financial things. I know you're busy working on trying to launch something or a creative project, but give your social life some time as well, because I think that you'll meet some interesting people. So that is what I see, Pisces. I do hope that was helpful. And of course, if you want some more details about issues you may be encountering personally, drop me a line and we'll set up an appointment for a reading. But that is what I see for February. I will be back, of course, for your birthday reading in March. Good luck.